Hey everybody, welcome to our weekend check-in video for PSY-45 research methods for Saturday, March 4th. And like I always do, just going to go over a few quick reminders, the kind of thing I tell you in class there, but I just add these two just in case you need the extra information there. So first up here, as you know, we have our Unit 2 exam scheduled for this coming Tuesday on the 7th there. It covers chapters 5, 6, and 7. And as I went over in class there, you do have a study guide available there. You'll find at the bottom of Unit 2, so use that to help you prepare. Pay careful attention to those two areas on the study guide that are italicized with asterisks all around it. In Chapter 5, it has to do with the three characteristics of both probability and non-probability sampling methods or techniques. And also there's some information there on Chapter 7 about how you control extraneous variables from becoming confounds via those three methods of control that we went over in class there. Holding the variable constant, matching, and randomization. Make sure you can describe how each of those methods actually works. What do we actually do to use those methods to control things from becoming confounds? So make sure you can do that. And also with the Chapter 5 information there, I'll make sure you can describe why do we tend to prefer using non-probability methods over the best practices of probability methods there. So do take a look at that. Next up here is that your mind tap assignments for chapters 5, 6, and 7. Those are due at Tuesday by 5 p.m. right before the exam starts up there. So make sure you've got them done. And do remember that I did reset the assignment settings on that. So you only get one chance to answer the questions there. There had been some kind of mind tap update and it undid for some reason all the assignment settings I had. So I had to go back in there and reset them to make sure it's just one chance that you get there. So it will take you time to answer them. So make sure that you plan accordingly there, okay? Let's see here. Next up here is that we have next week, Chapter 8. We're going to go ahead and start on Tuesday after the exam to do a little bit of introduction. Chapter 8 is all about designs. In fact, they're known as between subjects designs, or quote BS designs for short there. So kind of a funny shorthand there, but we'll be taking a look at Chapter 8 there next week. That's our game plan. It's our first design chapter because remember there is a difference between a research strategy and a research design, and you're going to find what that's all about next week there. Next up here is that your outline, your second part of your APA style literature review paper is due the following week there on Tuesday, March 14th. Remember, you'll find the instructions there below Unit 5 of our course materials, so scroll down past Unit 5. There you'll find the APA literature review module. You want to look at the instructions for Component 2 at the very top. Just like you found for part 1 of the paper there's a little how-to video where in a show and tell way I just kind of go through and show you what's on the instructions and kind of tell you what you need to do. So definitely check that out. It'll make your life easier in terms of what you have to do. And especially for this part of the assignment, samples are very helpful. And so make sure you examine all the samples I have there. I put up a bunch of them so you can really see what an outline should and should not look like. So definitely check that out there. And do incorporate any feedback you had for part 1 of this writing assignment. So some of you had issues with your thesis statement, but usually it was to do with the formatting of your references. Either the caliber of the references wasn't adequate or you had some APA style formatting issues, and all those things were easily remedied. I gave you really specific feedback on how to fix those things, so remedy those problems. I don't want to see you get dinged for the same mistake twice as far as losing points, so easily repair those issues and you shouldn't have any loss of points regarding that there. And you do need to cite every one of your 10 references at least one time. And so make sure you say something about each one of those 10 references in a citation format. There's information about how to do citations in your Pocket Guide to APA style. And also, as you'll see in the samples regarding the formatting, so make sure that you do that there and don't cite sources that you don't have in your list of references. You're supposed to say something about the literature you found, that is your 10 references, and not other things. That's the point of doing a literature review, which you'll see again for your final literature review paper. And be careful about excessive quoting in your outline. I don't want to see block after block of quotes to count as your citations for each of your 10 references. A little bit of quoting is fine, but you should paraphrase and put into your own words what you found in those resources there, so be careful about that. And there is a late policy regarding submission too. You'll find it there at the bottom of the instructions. And like for part 1, you'll find a separate dedicated submission area where you're going to upload your Word file. And at the bottom of those instructions, you'll also see a statement about the late policies, 10% for being late and 5% for every 24-hour period after that there. So definitely check that out. Okay, that's everything I wanted to say for this time. Good luck on your exam this coming week. If you need anything in the meantime, reach out via email on Canvas, and I'll be glad to get back to you. Otherwise, I'll see you in class for our exam on Tuesday. So take care until then. Bye-bye.